was shocked. I woke up to that news. I got here and they're like, man, you see everything that happened? I'm like, not quite.
LeBron James is caught in a storm like never before. It's a full-blown FBI investigation that's shaking the entire sports world to its core. Agents stormed his luxury homes in Los Angeles and Ohio, uncovering clues that hint this might be bigger than anyone imagined. The operation, dramatically named Operation Nothing But Bet, has dominated every headline, leaving fans stunned and rivals whispering behind closed doors. What started as a quiet look into suspicious NBA betting activity has exploded into what insiders are calling the darkest scandal in league history. Investigators are tracing cryptic wire transfers, private encrypted messages, and even leaked medical records that don't add up. Every lead, every secret document, somehow it all circles back to LeBron, the man everyone thought could never be touched. The scandal truly exploded when LeBron's longtime friend and ex-teammate Damon Jones got hit with a federal indictment.
According to court docs and law enforcement sources, details of LeBron's injury status were allegedly sold by his former teammate, friend, and coach Damon Jones as part of a massive prop betting scheme. Jones was an unofficial assistant coach for the Lakers during LeBron's fifth season in LA. Sources told the Post that Jones sent a message to one of the betting ring members on February 9, 2023, urging him to place a large bet on the Lakers' opponent, the Milwaukee Bucks, because James would be out with an injury that night.
And that changed the whole game. Court papers exposed that Jones had been leaking inside injury details before major Lakers matchups, including one against the Bucks in February 2023 and another with the Thunder in January 2024. Prosecutors even caught a text where Jones told someone to get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight. Just hours later, LeBron suddenly sat out that same game with a sore ankle.
We are investigating anyone and everyone depending not on their income. And you can think about it. These players make millions, particularly in the NBA, as their contracts are guaranteed. Yet the draw of winning comes at any cost to them. If they're alleged now, but if they're convicted of their crimes that they've been charged with. So to me, it's really about the addiction side and how much provided help do we give these athletes as they go through their athletic career.
And the Bucks cruised to victory. What looked like a simple case against Jones quickly spiraled into chaos once agents raided LeBron's homes. FBI teams grabbed his phones, computers, and stacks of financial records, digging for any tie between Jones's betting operation and LeBron's own money trail. No charges yet, but everyone's wondering if he's truly innocent or just being protected. Everything blew up the moment LeBron's close friend and former teammate Damon Jones got slapped with that indictment. That's when this whole thing got real. Court records laid it all out. Jones had been secretly selling inside injury details before key Lakers games, including the Bucks showdown in February 2023 and the Thunder matchup in January 2024. Prosecutors even exposed a message where Jones told someone to get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight.
I only knew about Terry.
I think on the whole, we all are very responsible. The integrity of the game is fine. Everybody is very mindful of, what to do, what not to do, and understanding the landscape of, sports right now in general, and that's not just an NBA thing.
It's a tough moment for the individuals involved. It's a tough moment for the league. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, man, y'all partner with a gambling company. You open a can of worms. Partner with gambling companies ain't make gambling more accessible to us. The accessibility is what it is.
Just hours later, LeBron suddenly pulled out of that same game with an ankle issue, and the Bucks crushed the Lakers. What started as a single case against Jones twisted into something way darker once the FBI turned its sights on LeBron himself. Agents stormed both his LA and Ohio homes, seizing phones, laptops, and money records, hunting for proof that Jones's betting ring was tied to LeBron's accounts. No official charges yet, but the streets are saying he's no innocent bystander. Here's where things take a wild turn. The FBI's newest findings flipped the whole story upside down. The NBA keeps claiming LeBron knew nothing about Jones's shady betting, with insiders telling The Athletic their friendship was purely personal. But once federal agents dug deeper, everything changed. The files show investigators weren't just watching Jones anymore, they were tracing his private messages straight to LeBron himself. That's when a new name appeared on the search warrant: LeBron James. Now everyone's asking, if he's only a witness, why raid his homes and seize his files? The warrant even used the phrase coordination of privileged information, a term that usually screams conspiracy. And the craziest part, that key Bucks game happened just 2 days after LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. He skipped the next game right after the celebration, the exact night Jones allegedly dropped his betting tip. Coincidence or cover-up? Fans aren't buying the innocent act, and you can't ignore the timing of this chaos. It's hitting the NBA right when the league's image is already on fire. The feds have already charged names like Chauncey Billups and Miami's Terry Rozier under the same operation. Nothing but bet. But now LeBron's the headline everyone's watching. When footage dropped showing FBI SUVs parked outside his Brentwood mansion, social media went insane. Some tried to downplay it as fallout from Damon Jones' mess, but legal analysts weren't fooled. The FBI doesn't raid a witness unless there's something bigger brewing. LeBron's camp broke their silence, only to say they're fully cooperating, which insiders claim is just polished code for behind-the-scenes bargaining. Sources say agents took encrypted tablets, private phones, and digital records possibly tied to LeBron's travel schedules and game day movement since 2022, the same period Jones began hovering around the Lakers. Now, rumors swirl that this betting scandal is just the entry point. Investigators might be chasing a trail that runs through Hollywood circles and deep into LeBron's own inner network. When asked why federal agents circled back, one analyst dropped the truth. Operation Nothing But Bet goes way beyond gambling. It's now probing possible money laundering that runs from pro sports to Hollywood's elite.
And we all know the letter of the law when it comes to gambling and sports gambling. And I don't want to sit up here like I'm some perfect guy. Like every now and then when I go to Vegas, I'll play some craps, and I'm ashamed that those guys will put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need? Especially if you know you get caught, you can do jail time, lose your career, put a bad image on yourself or your family or on the NBA.
With millions funneled through sponsorships, charity galas, and luxury events, there's plenty of space for dirty cash to move in plain sight. If even a single trail leads back to Damon Jones or his circle, the fallout could be catastrophic, maybe career-ending. Out in public, LeBron's still putting on the cool face, seen courtside in LA, wearing a floral cardigan and flashing that famous grin. But insiders say the pressure is breaking him down fast. He's quietly scrapped big interviews, limited travel, and gone nearly silent as the Lakers wait for answers. For now, one of the game's biggest legends stands right in the eye of a storm that's only getting darker. And just as the world demands answers about the money, the bets, and those secret messages, investigators have shifted their focus to something far darker. They're now digging into LeBron's private ties with a man already behind bars for running infamous freak-off gatherings. That's where everything takes a chilling twist. The investigation, the rumors, the entire narrative. And that's exactly where this story continues. When the FBI searched LeBron's properties, it wasn't just about gambling. Agents were mapping his social circle, and the trail suddenly led into the entertainment world. What began as a betting probe now touched celebrity events, secret finances, and exclusive guest lists. One powerful music mogul recently sentenced to over 4 years in prison for illicit dealings had already seen his empire collapse. And now, one of basketball's biggest stars was quietly being linked to that same dark world. Almost overnight, an old video resurfaced. LeBron laughing beside a famous music mogul on Instagram Live saying, "Ain't no party like his party." It seemed harmless back then, but now it's being replayed like evidence. Viewers slowed every frame, analyzing his tone and expressions, wondering if there was more behind that line. LeBron hasn't been accused of any crimes, but insiders say his name came up in talks about guests at those now infamous private gatherings. Events described in federal testimony as far darker than the glamorous image once shown online. LeBron's legal team won't speak, and the Lakers stay quiet, but that silence only adds fuel. Just as agents raided his homes, prosecutors expanded Operation Nothing But Bet, pulling in financial data linked to the music mogul's business network. Internal notes mentioning cross-referenced ledgers suggest some of the same middlemen may have handled both Jones's betting money and those entertainment payments. That's when investigators noticed the overlap between cash and guest lists. Behind the curtain, publicists are scrambling and sponsors freezing deals. 2 major brands already hit pause. Now, NBA insiders aren't asking about Jones anymore. They're asking what LeBron really knew about those private parties. The whispers are getting louder, and they're coming from people who once rolled inside the music mogul's private circle. A former event promoter claims LeBron's name showed up in guest coordination messages dating back to 2018, though those files still haven't gone public. Another insider says FBI agents found contact logs on the mogul's security phones that listed top athletes by name. Nothing's confirmed, but online sleuths are losing their minds, connecting screenshots, timestamps, and messages like they're solving a Hollywood thriller. Sources say several texts pulled from the raid at LeBron's mansion are now being reviewed for links to secret events in LA and Miami, with some tied to encrypted chats from the mogul's management team. Whether those talks were business or something deeper isn't clear. But right now, LeBron's silence feels a little too calculated. LeBron's known for fierce loyalty. He never forgets the people who rose with him from Akron to fame. That loyalty built a tight crew that's followed him through every city, tied by old favors and deep trust. But investigators now see that loyalty as a risk. Sources say some of his longtime friends with no team roles often showed up at practices or traveled with the Lakers, blurring the line between personal and professional life. Insiders say the lines around LeBron's inner circle had blurred for years. If someone questioned who was allowed in private team areas, the answer was always the same. If LeBron wants them there, they stay. It fit perfectly with his image. The loyal, self-made icon who never forgot where he came from. But now, under Operation Nothing But Bet, investigators are digging into that very loyalty, asking if LeBron's trust in longtime friends like Damon Jones or certain industry contacts became the doorway for confidential team info to leak. Former teammates admit he'd been quietly warned more than once about the people surrounding him, especially those with suspicious money trails. LeBron always heard the warnings, but rarely acted. To him, loyalty wasn't a strategy, it was sacred. And that unshakable loyalty might have been his biggest blind spot, the one weakness others could easily exploit for their own gain. Psychologists warn that fame at LeBron's level can twist reality, when friends turn into employees and loyalty turns into dependency. The same people guarding his image might be the ones leaking his secrets behind closed doors. Experts say constant pressure creates tight inner circles where criticism dies and loyalty becomes law. In that world, trust isn't earned, it's traded. And once it cracks, everything falls apart. Now, with the FBI digging deep into LeBron's communication records, those cracks are on full display. Investigators reportedly believe that blind loyalty could be the missing link connecting the NBA betting ring, hidden entertainment money, and the secret network that tied him to the mogul's world. For those close to the case, this isn't just about greed, it's about a man so devoted to protecting his people that he forgot where the lines were. And that same loyalty might now be the reason agents are ripping through his most private files. The spotlight has shifted. This is no longer just a sports story, it's a full-blown mystery of power and secrecy. For years, LeBron James was seen as the definition of discipline. Sharp, composed, completely in control. But that image is cracking fast. Analysts say his sudden withdrawal from high-profile charity galas screams damage control. One LAPR insider said it best: when someone like LeBron goes silent, it means the lawyers have taken over. Online conspiracy chatter is exploding. Wild theories link Operation Nothing But Bet to the music mogul's case through offshore accounts, fake charities, and luxury fundraisers that doubled as secret meetings. Nothing's confirmed, but each new unsealed document seems to spark another digital manhunt. Fans are piecing together flight logs, party photos, and timestamps showing LeBron in the same cities tied to those events. And through it all, he says nothing. No posts, no interviews, just silence. But at this point, that silence doesn't feel peaceful. It feels strategic. For nearly 2 decades, LeBron James built an empire on perfection. Every step planned, every frame polished to protect his legacy. From blockbuster endorsements and political activism to Hollywood projects and a picture-perfect family image, he created the ultimate blueprint for modern fame and control. But now, that fortress is starting to crack under the weight of federal subpoenas, encrypted files, and chilling whispers from the fallen entertainment world that once surrounded him. People are asking the question no one dared to before. Was his loyalty stretched too far, or are we watching the beginning of a massive cover-up unravel in real time? The truth hasn't come out yet, but when it does, it could shatter everything we thought we knew about fame, power, and trust in the spotlight. So what do you think really went down behind the scenes? Is LeBron's silence just smart strategy, or is there something deeper he doesn't want exposed? Drop your thoughts below, and let's talk. Thanks for watching Ball Stories. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories from the world of fame and hoops.